All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. You know why I am here. Thank you for checking out my intraday/day trade analysis. This is your boy ABK. Let's go ahead and get this party started, right? So yes, I will be actually looking for intraday moves because I know I have a hater. I have a hater that's watching that's saying that, oh, I bet you won't do intraday trades. I'm just playing with you. Love you, man. But anyways, so looking at the DXY, I like the move that it made, bouncing off of this 71% fib that I was looking on the swing, and so therefore I'm gonna start looking for buy possibilities on the DXY, right? So what I wanted basically to happen was for price to push down, which it did, and then push to the upside, and then retrace, then continue to the upside, right? So going on to the 15-minute time frame and seeing what price did go up and retrace a little bit, but this isn't as much of a retracement as I would have personally liked it to be. Like, let's just say from this low to this high, actually that did retrace to the 61.8. That's pretty actually clean how it then it made a higher high up to here. But regardless, what I want to see is where prices end. Prices coming there very shortly is for price to probably end up coming back to 90.774 right here, just to come back to this 71% fib, and that's when I really want to see the DXY start to take off, right? That's what I would personally want to see, just if we look at it on an hourly point of view, or let's even go to a 4-hour point of view. It just looks better that way, and the 4-hour candle itself, this doesn't look that great for me to even want to say that the US dollar is going to go bullish. Like, after it made this high, then it just came and crashed down with the same 4-hour candle. I'm not really too confident, if I will. Let me make this full screen for you guys. Sorry. Full screen and get rid of this. Alright. Okay. So 4-hour time frame, like I said, it's not really the greatest looking, but again, from what I can see, I still want price to come down. It did respect off of my daily fib for the swing to the upside, so I am looking for buy opportunities again, right? Like I said, I'm looking for just smaller time frame buy opportunities on this call. So let's go on over to arbitrage, see what RB has for us. Let me make sure one thing. Okay, cool. All right, so same thing, daily time frame. RB gave us, not RB. We got a daily doji candle. That's perfect. I don't like how the daily candle is closing as of yet, but we still have 11 hours and 47 minutes until that closes. So don't really want to say anything about that much. 4-hour time frame could definitely be setting up for arbitrage on the DXY. I would want to see a push to the upside, retest, the continuation, and that would be super clean for me. That would be my personal opinion, very clean for a good possibility to add a position later on to any type of USD pairs. Go on to the 1-hour time frame. I think the buy has already been called and retest. Perfect. So yes, this is actually right where I'd be looking for price to continue going to the upside, right? So if I were to get into a trade with this right here on arbitrage, well, it's the DXY, but you can't really trade this, but just for visual purposes, is for, I would put my stop loss, probably put my stop loss like these lows. Yeah, I like that stop loss. Risk to reward is 1 to 2.2.5, 1.2.25. Sorry, this sounds, I said 2.2, I know, haha. That's something, that's a joke my wife will make. But yeah, I'd really want to see the DXY start pushing to the upside. I like the buy call that it made, retest finally. That's what I usually look for. Level Pro and Arbitrage Z are starting to point or go under ground zero, so that's something that you want to watch out for. But regardless, like I said, I'm still looking for the buy. 30-minute time frame, don't really care for it. I want to see the bullish move. And remember, I do want to see still, like, this would be a sniper entry type of move if price really did come down to 90.768 or 90.700. Not 90.700. Let me not say 90.700, but it would just be really good if price came down before pushing to the upside. But regardless, on arbitrage, I'm looking for buys, and if it costs, hold on, let me see what these are all cryptocurrencies. Nice. Okay, let me go ahead and set my alert, and before I do that, gonna go ahead and mute everybody. Thank y'all for showing up though. Let me go ahead and hide, sorry. So yeah, definitely want to see price push to the upside. That's really what I would love to see right now on DXY. Going over to EURUSD, gonna go ahead and put that as a bullish, or I'm in like trades on that. Basically same thing on EU. Let me just do the arbitrage real quick, and then once I do these, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the GB pairs. So EURUSD arbitrage, I like this setup personally. I'll put it like around right here, because it probably starts saying that, oh, the price is going to call for a buy once it crosses through this upper danger zone. So again, risk reward 1 to 2 on EURUSD is just the opposite. And again, you can see that the level pro and also arbitrage C are above ground zero. All right, so let's go on over to, oh no. Let me go over to the technical analysis. Swing trade, and a little bit of profits, nothing too crazy, but that's for the swing. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm really looking forward to seeing on EU, and we're going to the 15-minute time frame, it's kind of the same, the opposite, like I said, opposite of DXY. Although overall, I do see that yes, from this low, from this high to this low, price did come to the 61.8 area, then dropped and made a lower low down here. Still, we'll kind of want to see price climb back up to like 1.21 or 1.20993 at, to say the least, and then start to fall to make lower lows. That's what I would probably really want to see happen if I would have wanted to like get into like the best pricing, the best possible pricing for me to get into the sell. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up an alert there. This was an old alert. I'm gonna delete it, then set this up. All right, so get the push it upside, then continuation to the downside. That would be nice. So got that, but again, with arbitrage now, we have, I like this sell a lot, but although this isn't really confirming that sell quite yet, and the 4-hour time frame is definitely still quite bullish. And so if I were looking for sells on the 4-hour, break, retest, continuation is what I would want to see. But again, a lot of confirmations on arbitrage right now, especially on the daily, are showing that it's bullish. But I like how price rejected right off of the upper danger zone right here. Not liking how the daily candle is looking, but again, we still have 9 hours and 40 minutes until that closes. So still have a lot of time until the daily closes. So that being said, 1 hour time frame. Let me set my alert. Once per bar close, long exit all, create, continue anyway. All right. Now let's go over to the GPs real quick. Because like I said, I'm not really feeling them. So first and foremost, this was the trade that we got in, 4-hour time frame on GBPUSD. It's still respecting the upper danger zone and the RSI line, but I am not liking what price is doing. And so remember, I did not get into this trade because I was saying, oh, I'm looking at this 4-hour time frame, as this price made this bullish move, and it was just dropping, but it was making this little like flag, if you will, flag, or if you want to call it a wedge or whatever you want to call it. It was just making these lows, and this was with the volume as well, not really that crazy. I didn't think that price was gonna necessarily, if I was saying that if all I really see is price doing after making this right here, after making this bullish push, I really wanted price to come down to like 1.3800, 1.37690, then push up. It didn't happen, and I was just like, this might be like a 50% fib move if it's gonna reject right here, if it's gonna bust out. I didn't think it was gonna do that, honestly. I thought it was gonna go lower. I really did. But once it busted out, I should have noticed that I'm like, okay, this can definitely still come right back in and then continue going bullish, which it literally did. Like, busted out, came low, 61.8. Came over here where if I would have got it in at the 61.8 fib, this is where I would have took like 70% of my profits probably, or not 70%. I would put it like break even. Then it came lower to stop out the buyers that were from right here, and also make sellers think that, oh, the price is going to keep selling. And now the volume is just all bullish volume right here. It's not the craziest volume, but I'm not crazy over the sells at this point in time. But what it could very well be doing as well, let me go ahead and delete all of this, is now, before I even do that, let me even say that on the 1 hour time frame, one may argue that this is bearish. Definitely not bearish, because it definitely didn't make a lower low. If it would have broken here, then maybe if it would have broken this low, then maybe yes, you could have said that, okay, maybe on the 1 hour time frame it's starting to show some type of support, if you will. But again, even with that, like I still wanted to see like price come down to 1.37691. So at this point in time, I really can't do anything, because I don't even feel, even if price just, like, let's say if price were to hold right here, I won't feel necessarily safe to sell it, but I wouldn't necessarily want to care to buy this type of play, which is kind of what I think it is. But it's making higher highs, so is it like from this low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, well, kind of higher low or higher equal, whatever you want to call it. It's not making a higher high yet, but it looks like it's probably going to, but the volume just isn't matching up. I don't like this move right here, because I know this is exactly what Peyton is looking for. I don't necessarily know if I want to play this move out. If price comes down here, then I start to see like volume increase right here, then yeah, I'll take it. But that's a stretch right there. This is a stretch, because I just think it's gonna keep going at this point. But again, there's no volume that's really picked up or anything like that. And the DXY, as I mentioned, the DXY could be pumping, so that might make the US dollar take over and make the GBPUSD continue to drop. So again, I'm just staying away from GU for now. I didn't get into the sell. I'm staying away from it. If anything, I'd personally want to see this happen, where price breaks this structure up over here, or something like that, for me to get into a trade or something. I don't know. I just can't get in right here. It just looks very sloppy to me right here. It just looks really sloppy to me, and I should have not. I mean, going just based off of arbitrage is not a bad play, because the stop loss is it's 60 pips. Stop loss isn't that great, so that's why I'm just like, yeah, sure, I'll stay in it. Like, well, not I'll stay in it, but I'll say that I called it, right? And I was seeing these purple, magenta, whatever candlesticks, and I was like, okay, this looks like it could potentially fall. And even with this candle right here, I thought it was going to continue falling, but as you can see, it's not. But I'm staying away from GU. I'm just staying away, you know, I'm not going near it. It's probably going to call for a buy on the hourly. This looks like on the 1 hour, it was a nice play, but I'm just personally going to stay away from GU. It's not a good call for me. GBPAUD did exactly what not exactly what I wanted. Price came down. What is up with this music? Price came down a little lower than the 78.6. Probably made buyers scared and made sellers think that price is going to drop. Then price ended up pushing to the upside. What I would love to see is a retracement, continuation to the upside on VU. That would be lovely. So let me go ahead and go onto, or not go onto, but go closer. So if I could get something like, I'm just going to take it from here. I like how price did push up, retrace, and then continue with to the upside right here. Let me show this move first. This is what I'm talking about. Price made that push to the downside, pushed up, retraced, respected this fib area, came to the 78.6, and then pushed to the upside. Right here would have been an area to take profits at. But now, I would love for price to come back in to right here. So a little lower than the 71% fib that I have at 1.78400. So I would love for price to retrace down to 1.78196, then push to the upside, which kind of lines up with, I know that this is what the bears are looking for, aka painting. I'm throwing you under the bus, my guy. Bounced off that 78.6 fib, could definitely push all the way down and continue making lower lows at 1.76991. That is what the sellers would be looking for, and that's not a bad move. That's not a bad idea, because I kind of actually like the sell, because remember, let me see if I have all this stuff still here. Let me see. It doesn't look like I do. Let me see. What the heck? What was I doing over here? Back testing maybe? Weird. Alright. Yeah, I definitely don't have it here, but I'll just draw it. So, saying from this high to this low, price came to the 61%, hit that pretty nicely and dropped ever since. Sorry, it looks better on the 4 hour. Dropped ever since it hit that 61% nicely. And now it's over here at a place where it could definitely start to turn around. But it dropped a little lower than what I was liking. But then, of course, naturally, that's when I saw that, oh, well, price, the way how it even went bullish, it could be a possible turning point and where price can go bullish. So that's why I'm like, I kind of like the sells more than the buys, but at what price is currently doing, I definitely do like the sells. I definitely do like the sells that price is showing. Not that one. Right here. So, take a stab at this, man. Painting, if you're on this, why did you not sell this? If you're on this call, bro, why did you not sell this? You should have sold right there, bro. You would have been in nice profits. I actually don't want to try to sell this. You know what? It's at pay entry regardless, so why not? 50 pips. Decent intraday trade. If you want to wait for this 71% fib, that's what I would suggest. In fact, let's go on to the 5-minute time frame real quick. Yeah. When have y'all ever seen me on the 5-minute like that? No, I'm joking. If you really want to be patient, you could... Let me see. What's the volume looking like here? High volume right there, okay? If price decides to retrace, look to buy at like 1.78800 if price does decide to retrace. If it doesn't, you can get in right now and just, hey, say that, oh, well, those potential 12 pips that I could have saved, I'm just going to go ahead and not wait for that. So, like I said, wait for 1.77886 for a potential better risk to reward trade. You can possibly put it up over here to have a 12 pip stop loss, but I would suggest just putting it at that high. Use risk management so you don't have to risk that much, but you can do that setup that I said with that 12 pip stop loss. You could definitely do this type of setup with 12 pip stop loss, because like I said, going with the trend is your best bet, and I like this sell opportunity. And if I see some type of buy possibility down here at like 1.78150, then hey, we can just go ahead and say that, okay, well, this trade was more of a 1 to 1.6 trade rather than a, if price does make a lower low, a 1 to 3.59 trade, which is still good to risk reward. Some people kill for 101. So let's see what happens. I like the retracement that we're getting. So, hey, like I said, you can either get in at the 71% fib or 1.78800 or at current price. Your choice, but that's 3 different entries that you can possibly take. Let's go into arbitrage. The 30-minute played out, although I was not looking at 30-minute. 1 hour time frame is starting to call for a buy. Regardless, like I said, if I was looking for a buy, regardless, I would have to get that retracement before I go to the upside. So that's why I'm saying that, hey, the sell, it looks decent for the short-term move. But overall, I'm looking for price to push down. I'm going to have just 1.78335, and that would be just an area of arbitrage like RSI line. Or actually, you know what? Let me not even do that. I'll just do GA crossing, arbitrage, RSI line, only once. And there we go. So let's see how that plays out on GA. And GBPJPY, it's gone over to technical analysis and show you guys why I'm not really caring for the sells right now. Sorry, 4 hour time frame. So as I had mentioned on my technical analysis on Sunday, I was seeing that price was at 149.180. It bounced off of it, and I was like, price can literally start pushing up to the upside very cleanly and nicely, and that's what exactly it's doing, because GJ was realistically in an uptrend. So it going bullish. If you bought right here, I know that Blake, I know that you had we had talked about this GJ move, bro. That was clean. We were talking about it. This was definitely, it was a buy possibility. That's all I could really see, especially with price being bullish, very bullish on a daily time frame. That's all I really saw as a possibility at that time. But what could also be happening here, and it's kind of the same thing with GA, right? Is that price on a lower time frame pushed up. 61% is right here, and 151.128 is the 71%. Price can literally climb up there. Let me look at the volume. Okay, this had a lot of volume right here, so I think price is going to continue going up possibly. Had more volume than over here, had more volume than here, had more volume, way more volume than when price did this. So gotta really see what GJ is gonna do, but I like 151.128 as a possibility for me to sell. And that would even be more beneficial for me to happen. I mean, for me to see if I really did want to get into buys, because overall, I still kind of need to see this play out if I want to get into a buy. For price to push up, come down, do a retracement, then keep going to the upside. And price really didn't like skyrocket up here. It just climbed up slowly. So that's another reason why I'm looking for sells. So short-term wise, oops, not that. I'm gonna keep this though. Short-term wise, what I want to see on GJ is for price to come into like 151.128 and then for it to fall. If it comes back down to the 71% fib and it just stops and it starts to go to the upside again, or if it comes down to, let's say, I need to hide this real quick because again I'm looking for this retracement overall. So if it comes down to like 149.544, I don't want to put a line there because that's just overkill personally. If it comes to 149.544 and it stops and it starts to look like it's going to retrace, that's when I'll look to be like, okay, now I'm going to buy GJ. But for now, I'm going to be patient. See what it does up here. Add alert. Only once. I'm going to create. If price does indeed climb up here and then it starts to push to the downside, then I'm definitely going to hold my swing sell. That's right here. Let me go ahead and hide this real quick. 1 hour time frame called for the buys on like I said, it called for these buys and it was perfect for that bullish move, honestly. 4 hour time frame hasn't called anything yet and price is bouncing off the 4 hour. So we could possibly see some rejections right here. Not what I want to see, but we could possibly see it. And daily time frame still calling for that sell, and I still think that this could play out, but level pro right here and arbitrage Z are not giving you the confluence to say that this is going to drop. So just be careful. But with GJ, I have my alert set. We'll see what happens later today. And let's go on to EURGBP. So with all this right here that went on, EURGBP still hasn't pushed to the upside. Overall, for me to want to have gone into a swing buy opportunity on GJ, I needed price to come down to the 71% fib. That's at 0.85400 basically. From here to here. And so still kind of want to see that regardless. Like price is doing some type, well not some type, but it is showing that it might be doing a double top or an M pattern possibly. It looks kind of ugly to me. No, not ugly, let me not say ugly. It just doesn't look like a proper one to me. Actually, I'm going to keep this right here. I like how that looks. So if price can hold at this low, then yes, I still want to see this play out. Or if price comes down to 0.85392, then push to the upside. But as of right now, all I am seeing up here is dollar signs. That's all I'm seeing up here right now is dollar signs. Price to come and snatch this up. Price to snatch this up, retrace down, and then push to the upside. That's all I'm really seeing on EG. All this liquidity up here, or possibly for price to just continue going to the upside. You know, if you really look at it on the daily time frame, price has been extremely bearish since December 21st. Well, after giving this wick, has been really bearish, even from here. It was at its high, then it's made its low, then lower high, lower low. So what can we expect? Maybe a lower high and then a lower low. Who knows? But overall, EG is very bearish. And if EG is bearish, that most likely means that the other GD pairs, other than GA, because GA does its own thing, is bullish. So let's see what happens with EG. But like I said, all I really see is for price to really come up and grab this liquidity. So I'm just going to be patient on EG. I'm not going to really trade it. Just got my eyes on it. It's gone over now to other pairs. AUDUSD. So AUDUSD came back up here, made a double top, and sellers came into play. Get rid of this volume real quick because it wasn't even high volume at this price. I didn't get into AUDUSD like I mentioned, and price is currently in the negative 35 pips. I personally think that AUDUSD might be trying to turn around for that potential sell if the DXY is gonna let it, right? But ultimately, if price does come and hit the stop loss and it keeps going, this head and shoulders that I had drawn out on the daily time frame would be inadequate, or it would be unusable, or it would be wrong, whatever you want to call it. And so yeah, just take your shot at AUDUSD. It's not the pairs, it's one of the pairs I really care for trading these days. Daily time frame is holding at the upper danger zone on arbitrage. 4-hour time frame, it's at the upper danger zone here, but it looks like it just might be rejecting to continue to the upside. And it did call for the buy on the 4-hour, but so regardless, I would just kind of need to see price hit this what's the word I'm looking for, RSI line, sorry, I think about it, before going to the upside. 1-hour time frame though is calling for a sell. Ooh. And hey, like I said, if you guys are already in the sell, then this might be your intraday trade that you have right here. 26 pips for about 56 pips. That's decent. And you could even look at it this way. If price is really going to go bullish and price is going to turn around, price is literally taking you to an entry that you could take for a sell. So boom, there's some confluence for you. Yeah, so I like this opportunity on AU. It's already called for the sell. These haven't, the arbitrage Z was under ground zero, but then it pushed back up, and Level Pro, it was almost past it, so you want to watch out for that. And also you want to see right here, very scary, is a morning star. So be careful with this trade. If this candle closes like this in 17 minutes, it might be worth trying to take the sell. I like the blue candles though, showing that there's bearish pressure, although it doesn't really matter like that a lot because as you can see, it's not that consistent. Sometimes it'll show that, then you see yellow candles right after. So just be careful with AU. I have my alert set, so if it goes off, I will let you guys know. As long as I'm near my phone, I'll let you guys know that, oh, there's the short exit all. You guys might want to look to get out the trade. Of course, those that would be something that you would want to watch for, right? So that's AU. Chef. Ooh, there you go, Peyton. There you go with your drop. EURUSD, my view. Let me show you real quick. This morning, what I would like to see is for EURUSD to hit 1.20997. That would be like the best possible entry that you can get for a sell, and then my stop loss would be at like 1.21200. And then for arbitrage, if you're looking for the sell, you can get in like right now and have your stop loss either at 22 pips, or you can put your stop loss at 36 pips. This 36 pips is a safer stop loss. 22 pips is more of a, oh, I want to risk a little more, therefore I have a tighter stop loss. Be careful with this stop loss though. So that's what I see on EURUSD. Hope that answered your question, Pedro. see if I have any questions here. DXY breaking 15-minute structure to the downside low key. Let's see what happens with DXY. If it eats me alive, it eats me alive. But I'm playing off of that RB as well. So, USDCHF, man, bloodbath. Let me see what that volume looked like though. Low volume on this push to the downside with very big candles. I like it, but overall what I was really looking for, guys, on USDCHF, and I still think I'm gonna have to wait for that before I start to think about any type of sells, is for price to come down to 0.900. No problem. Yeah, 0.9100 is probably where I'm gonna have to start looking for buys. Unfortunately, with USDCHF, I'm not gonna start looking for them quite yet, because again, that's just something that I saw. Like, I remember last time when I was trying to catch this, like a sell, like the retracement sell, like right here. I caught it. I was trying to get it too early. Price took me out. I want to be patient with USDCHF, although I really do see the possibility. This is for those if you want to take it. Go ahead. Price is falling though. You don't want to catch a falling knife like that, do you? Boom. It's already breaking past the 71%. I mean, 78.6%. If it holds here and then it comes back in, absolutely go ahead and take the trade, because the risk to reward isn't even terrible if you're just taking it back to these recent highs. You're risking 14 pips for 40 pips, basically a 1 to 2.85. If price holds here like I was doing right now, like I said, you can take this trade. Or you could even take it higher for it to make higher highs. You have even better risk reward, a 1 to 5.14. And again, the volume isn't even there. So what happens if volume starts to pick up right here? Take that thing. Look on the 5-minute time frame. Watch the volume. If volume surpasses this candles right here, you might be able to get your opportunity. So that's on USDCHF. I'm gonna wait for 0.9100 personally, but that's on USDCHF. I'll go ahead and put it on the green just to be watching for it. But again, I'm just reiterating, I did not get in it. Alright, so why does my camera do that? I'm sorry. I did not even notice that. Is it because I'm kicking something? I don't know. Anyways. S&P. Let's go into the 1 hour time frame real quick. Been respecting these highs up here. I personally think price is just going to keep going. This does not look like very high volume here, then price pushed up right after that. I think price is just going to keep going. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not trying to catch it at the very tip top because it will just make me look like a fool. I think this is going to keep going. EURCAD, absolutely. I'll go ahead and take a look at that for you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see some more information on S&P. Huge volume right here at 2:30 yesterday with a very small candle, and price was climbing up slowly. I don't like how this looks. I'm gonna be patient. I'll wait until and see what price does today, and maybe I'll look at getting into it tomorrow. But I just think that this is gonna keep going to the upside. But this is a prime example as why I didn't set a buy stop. Very prime example, because if I would have was like, oh, let's just take a buy stop at the last highs, and then you put, let's say if you wanted to take it up here, you move your stop loss right around here, boom, you would have got wrecked. So that's a prime example as to why I didn't take a buy stop. And you know, if it keeps going to the upside, let it keep going. The risk to reward is not worth it, in my personal opinion. It's just a whole lot of consolidation on the 1 hour time frame. Same thing with Dow Jones. It's just consolidating at these highs that it's made. and all I could really see it doing is possibly just keep going higher. So just it's not worth it. If you want to, go ahead and try to get the buy stop. If you see a lot of volume picking up, which is going to happen at 8:30, which is going to be in about an hour and 40 minutes, then sure, you can try to get into the buy. Or if price is going to sell, then you could try to get into the sell. As for me, I'm chilling like a villain on the east side. I'm good. I'm not going to entertain it that much. Yeah, look how disturbing this looks. Like, what can you actually do with this? All I see is this bull flag and then a bear flag. No, what can you do with this? Price is just ranging at this point, and I don't want to be in a range on US 30. So whatever happens, happens. Let's go see Mr. NASDAQ. Yeah, Mr. NASDAQ, same thing, guys. Like, what can you really do with these? These are just at these all-time highs, and it looks like it's going to keep going higher. If you want, you could try to place a buy stop, but I'm not here for it. So, big old volume, price push to the upside. I'm not here for any of them. USDMXN has been ranging. I'm still holding this swing. I don't have any intraday opportunities, to be quite honest with anybody, because I don't like how it looks. If price does break out to the upside, I'd look for a retracement and a continuation. Otherwise, I'm not really interested in any intraday opportunities on USDMXN. Although it did call for a buy yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, called for a buy yesterday at 2. Almost retraced the RSI line. If it would have, I would have called for a buy yesterday and then pushed it upside. So that is too bad. 4-hour time frame on the other hand, it might be finally calling for that buy. I remember it called for this buy last week and then it faked me out, came down, but maybe it's time for it actually to go bullish. Let's go on to gold. Mr. Goldilocks. Oops, sorry. Alright. I know everybody's looking for an intraday trade on gold. Everybody loves gold for some odd reason. Honestly, what I would have to see, ooh, nice big volume right there too. Just at the same time every day. Yeah, 9. Usually, yep. 9. Yep, 9. Well, that's at 8 an hour early, but still. What I have to say on gold is naturally 1788 looks like a decent area to sell at. Take price to the downside if it's going to make lower lows for an intraday type of move, and your trade setup would kind of look something like this. Because I am still very adamant on my sells. I'm not going to lie to anybody. So there is a trade opportunity right at the right above the 1787.288, which is the 78.6 fib. If that gets triggered, I like the sell opportunity, like I said, rather than the buy. 4-hour time frame. Been playing around at this RSI line, but it did just call for a sell, and it is holding right there. So there's some confluence for you. If this is going to go bullish, then again, I expect that to happen on the daily time frame when it comes to 1739, but it's not there yet. So I am still bearish on Mr. Goldilocks. 17.8. This actually is really good. I like this for a possibility, because it hasn't been. Well, one thing that I don't really care for looking at gold right now is that this does look like a bull flag of sorts. Don't really care for how it looks though. It's not even a pendant. No, it's not. It's not even a pendant. I don't even care for how it looks for any type of flags or anything like that, or a pendant. So just, yeah, like I said, that's all I really see on gold. Is price pushing back up to 1788. Give me that sell entry. Take it to 1751. Cryptocurrencies, Yeah, they're out of here, guys. Bitcoin is up. I mean, if it happens, I'll give a setup that I could possibly see. Bitcoin's up 6,298 pips from the sell on Sunday. Ripple has gone up 4,271 pips, but it's currently up 4,000 pips basically. Litecoin is doing good numbers right now. It was underperforming compared to the other two yesterday. It's up at 373 pips, still a little underperforming, but who cares? And Ethereum, well, Ethereum to the moon. Hasn't made its all-time highs yet, but from when Peyton had called it down here, oh sheesh, Peyton was saying, man, if it gets to this low, expect to buy this thing, and this thing I think is just gonna moon. Now let me show some possible intraday opportunities that we could look for. So if price does indeed, let's say if price stops here, price hasn't stopped yet, so that's why I don't like finding these type of opportunities. But if whenever price does decide to stop, what I would want to see is for it to drop down to like about 50,000 or 49,500 and then push to the upside. Because I promise you, if price comes down over here, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, oh, Bitcoin is going to keep falling, yada yada, this, that, and the third, which is back basically at entry. So if, like I said, if it stops, if it starts to show any signs of slowing down, I encourage you to probably take like about 30-40%, or make sure you have 50% total of your profits if you start to see prices to turn around. You know, if you start seeing bearish engulfing candles or anything like that, like something like this, if you start seeing price starting to do something like this where it's breaking this previous structure and then falls down lower, then yeah, start to take some partial profits, because price is probably going to come and stop you out. So that is what I see on Bitcoin, but again, up about 6,298 pips or 6,300. Same thing applies for everything else, right? So this where price was manipulated right here, and that push to the upside, get that retracement, and again, it's probably going to be at your end. It's going to be very close to your entry, so you might get stopped out. So if you do start to see any type of like, oh, engulfing candlesticks or high volume or anything like that, although yeah, he's like, see what I mean? If you see any type of high volume going on where prices volume's higher than this volume, then you might want to start to look for getting your profits and all that good stuff. But that's only if price is going to stop here. Price can very well just keep going like it did here, consolidated a little bit, popped up, consolidated a little bit, popped up, consolidated a little bit, popped up. So you just want to wait for some type of confluences, before you sell. Or before you take your profits. But remember, price is at this resistance right here, and all I can see is money up there. So just watch for that. On Ripple, Litecoin, same concept, guys. Same concept all around. If price is going to stop here, look for price to come back to 224.64, close to your entry, and then that could be your intraday trade possibility to keep going to the upside. And Ethereum, I absolutely would say that this is not going to stop. It's probably, well, let me say that it's probably not going to stop, but if it does, 2291, same concept as everything else, guys. Cryptocurrencies, they usually be following either Ethereum or Bitcoin, mostly Bitcoin, but sometimes Ethereum as well. So that is what I'm looking at for the cryptos, and that is it for what I'm looking for. I know Jonathan had asked for, oh, please tank, indices tank. I want a huge drop. Yes, I want a huge drop as well. EURCAD, let me go ahead and take a look at that. I think Ethereum is about to make a higher high. All right, EURCAD. Let me start from the weekly time frame first. Oh, Peyton. Do you remember this, bro? Bro, do you remember this? Oh my goodness, this is how it tanked? Wow. That is wild. That is wild to me. Yeesh. Alright. Anyways. Push up on the weekly time frame from price came all the way to the 71% fib. Push to the upside. I like that. I would definitely have to see some type of retracements at this point. From this low to this high, from where price stopped at. I like the tweezer tops right there on the daily time frame, and the bearish engulfing candle looks a little bit like a evening star type of thing on the higher time frame. I definitely like that bearish engulfing. Then I see another one here. So overall, what I would probably want to see happen is price push to the upside, come back to 1.48581, continue on to the upside on the daily, go onto the 4-hour time frame. I like the bearish moves. I do see that price is at the structure, which is probably at the 50% fib. That's where it's came to. So yeah, I kind of just want to see price continue to fall on EURCAD. Let me get rid of that real quick. 1-hour time frame. If this is where price is gonna chill at, which I doubt. Hold on, let me see first of all. Damn, this had high volume. Eesh. Okay. So from here, yeah, that never reached. That didn't really reach either. Okay, cool. So what I would want to see is for price to really come back up. If I was trying to get into a sell at any time right now, I'd have to wait for price to really climb back up here. If it's gonna stop here, for price to climb back up and get into a sell at 1.51255 for that continuation. And then that would lead me to my entry for where I would look to get into a buy type of thing, if that makes sense, right? If that makes sense, then definitely what I would be looking for on EURCAD. And I'll send this to you on I'll send this to you in the chat so that you can see it. Possible short term sell, then possible long term buy. Awesome. Okay. Any other questions? Any other thing that anybody wants me to see? I like this possible short-term sell, and then you'll be selling to buy, basically. This is basically what I want to see. Price push up, down, continuation. All right, no other questions? Well, thank you guys for hopping on. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Peyton, let's see what's good. I'm about to hit you up in the chat and get ready for the next wave, y'all. Hope y'all have a good one. Later.